Hi everyone, welcome back to today's video. For today we're going to be doing our paper pumpkin redo card, and this is what I came up with for this month. I absolutely love this card. I think it's so pretty and so simple. I'm just obsessed with it. I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely love it. So we're going to be making this today, and you don't actually need a ton of stuff to create this. You really have all of the supplies you need. So that's one really good thing about this one. I know sometimes in the redos that I have, you have to add a lot of different products, but you don't really have to add much for this one. So for the items that you'll need, you're going to need your mint macaron and your tip top taupe, and you should have gotten these in your paper pumpkin. So I'm not using the Stampin' spots. I've talked about this before. I usually don't. I like to use my full-size ink pads, so that's why I have those out. We're going to be using the Flower Blossom Punch. I don't remember what this is called, but it's the punch and then the Grateful Bunch stamp set that these two coordinate together. So we're going to be using these. And then our papers and stuff, you should already have it from your paper pumpkin kit. So the one thing that you'll have to add as far as paper goes is possibly Whisper White. You'll definitely need to add a square of Whisper White, and this is cut out 4x4. So you'll need that. We're going to be using one of the bags that came in our kit. I have just this scrap here of Whisper White, but what you could do, you can use some of the circles that you have if you have leftover circles. We're going to be using this to punch out our flowers. So you can use the leftover circles, or you can also use an extra card base and just flip it over. Oh, I have some stuff in here. I'll have to grab another one. And just flip it over, and then you would use this side. So these are going to be for our flowers. Same thing goes for that little square. If you wanted to just use a card base and punch your flowers and cut your square, you could use that, and you wouldn't have to add the additional Whisper White. I just did because I think it makes it a little bit easier. So you'll need Whisper White and then obviously the card base. So let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, so I grabbed a new card base. The first thing that we're going to do is grab our trimmer, just like this, and we're going to cut our pieces down to the correct size. So because this card base has these holes up here for the banners, I wanted to go ahead and make it fit better, or make the card look a little bit better, and just chop these off. So you're going to chop off the two top rows here. Oops. And just like that. So once you do that, you get a card that's going to end up being 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. So that's that. Then for our little bag, we're going to be using this as a layer as well. So the easiest way I found to do this is to go ahead and chop off the bottom. So let me actually flip this. So we're going to cut off this bottom piece here. And now I have a dog barking. I know, dude. Okay, so we've done that. Then what I'm going to do is chop off the top here. So we're getting rid of this the area that's uneven. And then you're left with this rectangle that's got connected on 2 sides. So I'm going to go ahead and chop off the sides as well. Just like that. And now you have 2 pieces of paper. So one has this line down the middle where the 2 sides connected. So we're not going to use that one. We're going to use this one. And we're going to cut this down to 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Just like that. Okay, perfect. Move that out of the way. And now let's go ahead and start on our flowers. This card's super easy to put together, so whichever way you want to do it is perfect. It doesn't take long at all. So I'm going to grab my stamp set, and you can tell that I use this flowers Stampin' punch a ton, and I honestly do. It's probably, I've used it quite a few times in paper pumpkin redos because it's so easy to use with the punch, and to just take some of your scrap stuff and use it. So I love this. What I'm going to do is take my mint macaron, and I'm going to stamp this once, right about there. And then I'm going to clean this off really fast. So I'm just going to pull out my Stampin' Scrub. Just get that nice and clean. And then we're going to go in with Tip Top Taupe. And we're going to stamp right there. Perfect. Good. Clean that off again. Okay, so hang on, let me close out my ink pad before I put my elbow in it, because I will do that. So you can see that I've punched these on opposite corners. It's just easier to punch, or I've stamped them, sorry. It's easier to punch them out when they're not like right on top of each other. So that's just a little tip. I'm just going to line these up in the punch. Whoops. This takes a lot of concentration. Okay. Punch those 3 out, and then we'll line these 3 up. Okay. And then you're also going to punch out twice, just out of plain Whisper White with no ink on them. So you'll end up with 4 sets, 2 that are stamped and 2 that are not stamped. So I'm just going to take these and slide them over there, because now we're going to start assembling our card and getting close to being completely finished. It's, like I said, this is a really easy card. So what I'm going to start off by doing is taking our little mint piece here. I'm just using some regular tape runner adhesive. You can use whatever you like. This this is pretty thin paper, but you don't really see any of the adhesive underneath, so it works out okay. Okay, and then just put that on our white piece, and then we're going to take both of these and stick them on our card base. Just like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is grab my stamp set one more time. Oops, what did I do with? Oh, it's right here in front of my face. And I'm going to use one of the sentiments from this stamp set. You could use whatever sentiment you want. If you wanted to use some of the stuff from this month's Paper Pumpkin, you could of course do that. Whatever you want to use. My favorite sentiment from this set is "You are loved a lot." I just think that's super cute. So I'm going to use that one. On the sample I did the "And I am totally grateful," because I thought that was cute. I'm going to use Tip Top Taupe again. Just take this and stamp it right down in the somewhat center. Close enough. Okay, so that's all the stamping that we're going to be doing. And now we're going to take our flower pieces and start using these. So you're not going to use all of the flowers that you've punched out, but I do use majority of them. So I'm just separating them so I can see which ones have color and which ones are plain. My favorite thing is to take 2 of the plain ones. So you're going to take one of the big flowers, one of the medium-sized flowers, and then pick one of the smaller flowers. I'm going to use the mint macaron because I just think it's pretty. And I'm going to put just a little adhesive on the back of this and then place it on top. Oops, this has a little spot on it. There we go. Place it on top, and you want the petals to not be lined up. You want them to kind of be in the middle of each other, so you get that like starburst look. And then take this little one, just put a little bit of adhesive on there. and place that one right on top, just like that. So now we have one flower. I'm going to do something similar with the other medium-sized flower. I'm going to take 2 of the medium-sized flowers and just put these together. And this is just what I've decided to do. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to do what I'm doing. Obviously, you can do whatever kind of flowers. You don't even have to do flowers. You could do balloons. You could do whatever you want. This is just an idea. You can, of course, as always, you can take it and make it whatever you want. Okay, so line those up, but not actually line them up, just like that. How come this one's not working for me? There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to be using the two small unstamped flowers and then the other small unstamped flower. So you're left with 4 punches over here, but you can use them for whatever you want. Or you can incorporate them in here. When I did my sample card, this is what looked good to me. So now I need to find my dimensionals. Here they are. Okay, so I'm going to take 2 dimensionals, and the flowers that we kind of made, the ones that we stacked, the different layers on top of each other, I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of both of those. And we're going to go ahead and put those down. So this larger one, I'm going to put like right up here. That looks good. And then this other one, I'm going to put it down here. And then for our small flowers, I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back of them. And just kind of arrange them however you feel looks good. I like to do like the 2 plain ones on either side of the bigger flower, and then this other little stamped one right there. I think that just looks really nice and pretty. So that's the card for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoy. The inside is obviously blank. It's the card base that we used for Paper Pumpkin. So this one's really simple, and like I said, you have pretty much all of the materials that you need. If you wanted to use another card base to do the punches and this bottom layer here, you wouldn't even have to bring in any other supplies. You have everything you need right with your Paper Pumpkin kit, aside from the punch and the stamp set. So this one is really, really fun. I love it. I think it's super beautiful, and I hope you guys enjoy as well. I will see you next time. Bye!